Ladies and gentlemen, it is the casual viewer back with your boy, Del X-Man, for WWE Summerslam 2013 here in Los Angeles as usual. Overall thoughts on the show, bro, before we get started?
Well, besides the two main event matches...
Oh yeah, the main event matches were fantastic. But we already knew they were going to be fantastic. It's CM Punk and Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan and John Cena. Both of them had great build-up. Both of them had great hype. And the matches delivered as good as the hype up said it would deliver. But with the main event matches and the rest of the show, what do you say? Was it really worth the $45 that we paid to watch it?
The two main events of yes, that was worth it.
Okay.
Worth the money. Everything else was extra.
It was extra?
Yeah.
In your opinion, everything else was just there.
Yeah.
You would have paid the $45 just for the two main event matches.
Pretty much.
So it was worth the $45.
Yep.
And I agree. It was a really, really good pay-per-view. I guarantee you people are watching for what happened at the end of the show.
Uh-huh.
And we'll get our opinions on that after the matches. But we kicked off the show with the pre-show match between Rob Van Dam and Dean Ambrose for the United States Championship. From what you remember, how did you feel about the match?
Honestly, I understand why it was the pre-show. Because it was pretty basic wrestling stuff. And then of course the ending I wasn't pleased with. Because it was the same BS that happens every time the Shield people do something.
The Shield interferes and helps Dean Ambrose retain his championship because he got disqualified. And you can't lose the championship because you got disqualified.
That makes no sense.
But that's wrestling, bro.
That makes no sense.
But the match was very basic. Nothing really happened. I expected much better from them. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe the styles just didn't mesh up very well. I mean, Dean Ambrose is a brawler. And Rob Van Dam is like that unorthodox high flyer.
Oh, I don't even mind the styles, because the styles to me don't matter, because you can make it work.
Yeah, you can make it work.
If you know what you're doing, you can make the choreography work for you.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is the fact that there's that whole thing where since it's pre-show, we don't need to take it seriously.
That is what we've been saying all this time.
Okay.
But see, WWE feels it doesn't matter whether show is, or it doesn't matter what the matches are. If we put a good match in this time slot, fans will watch. Mm-hmm. They don't think that, it's a pre-show. The fans don't care. Mm-hmm. Well, apparently, based off of the casual viewer, it does, like we've been saying.
I'm still annoyed by the fact that, he still has the belt.
Nah.
Even though he cheated.
But he's a heel, so that's what you're supposed to feel.
That's fine if that wasn't his only thing.
I know.
That's all he does.
It gets to a point where it's just like, he got himself disqualified again. I get what you're saying, pretty much. But the first match on the actual card was the Ring of Fire. I was gonna say Inferno match, but it's not an Inferno match. It's Ring of Fire match between Kane and Bray Wyatt. Before we talk about this match, let's address what fans are saying. There were a lot of fans not happy about this match, and part of the reason why is nobody was set on fire. Guys.
Apparently we need our carnage. And we need it bad.
See, I don't really blame the fans for feeling that way, but I have to blame both the WWE and fans a little bit. Because, first off, fans, it's PG. Why would you get your hopes up that high that, someone's gonna be set on fire. It's gonna be carnage and blood and violence all over the place. Kick-Ass 2 all over again. I'm sorry. No, but then, at the same time, the WWE got fans excited because an Inferno match usually is, by what we've been known for by history, with someone being set on fire. So when nobody was set on fire, of course fans are going to be all like, what the hell was that? Why even have this match? What was the point of it? And the people who were supposed to be kept out the match still got inside the ring. So it didn't serve its purpose anyway. But regardless, Bray Wyatt still beat Kane. And in my personal opinion, it was a solid match. I didn't have a problem with it. Did you?
I didn't have a problem with it. The only problem I had is at the end, the Wyatt family took Kane away.
Ooh, yep.
And we don't know what happened.
We can speculate what happened.
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to lead to?
I don't know. It just seems like it's going to lead to Kane being an example.
Or it could lead to Kane joining their side and becoming a part of the Wyatt family.
I don't know. Because even if that does happen and they go for the brainwashing angle, I don't know how far they're gonna take that.
It won't go far.
Yeah.
I'll give it like 3 months. But at the same time, that's what Bray Wyatt is. He's a brainwasher. He's a cult leader. He's just this manipulative, evil entity that likes to play with your mind and make
I get that.
worship him as a god.
Since he didn't really win the match by himself, I'm not necessarily impressed with him as much as his backstory.
And I think that's kind of what hurt this match. I think if Bray Wyatt would have won by himself, it probably would have helped him more, or at least helped his image. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he kind of had the help of his family. So I think that's also the reason why fans are a little bit upset, because he had to cheat to beat Kane. At the same time, it is Kane, Monster Kane, former world champion. I guess what I will say is we can understand why people are upset, but at the same time, do you think it should affect the quality of the match? You don't know?
I actually don't have any words, because quite frankly, I can't say I didn't enjoy it.
Because I enjoyed it. Yeah.
And since it was the Wyatt guy's first match, his debut match, and since they've been hyping him up for the last 2 months, it's like, he kind of gots to win.
Yeah.
Regardless of how.
Uh-huh.
He kind of has to. Simply so that his name is out there. I mean, not like his name wasn't out there before, but everybody was like, oh, what's this creepy thing? No, well, whatever. Oh, wait, he's fighting somebody? No, well, whatever. He won? Then you got an issue.
Cody Rhodes versus Damien Sandow. The Rhodes Scholars match here.
I could have cared less about the match, but I do like the intellectual
savior of the masses.
The savior of the masses, because don't get me wrong, I have not seen the smart guy wrestler in the WWE ever. It's always the, hey, I'm tough and I'm strong, not the, I'm smarter than all of you.
Not the intelligent Renaissance man.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite characters as well. Damien Sandow is awesome. And with the Money in the Bank briefcase, that pretty much means he's a future world champion.
I just like his character.
Okay.
And just seeing him is like, he's just a joy to watch.
So you just like seeing him on your TV set?
Pretty much. Because, like, whether he wins or lose, like, oh, well.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
He's that awesome of a character, so it's like, yeah, you could win or lose the match. I just like seeing you, pretty much. He's a great villain. That's how you know he's a good villain to watch, pretty much. Because
even the crowd liked him. Because he'll say something and then, what?
He'll say, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
But the match to me was a solid match. I thought Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow had a pretty solid match. Of course, they're going to have a rematch, obviously, because a feud has to go on for the briefcase. I guarantee you sometime down the line, they're going to have a match for the briefcase, which I'll be fine with. Cody Rhodes won. Were you okay with that decision?
Yeah.
Wasn't really a bother to you, right?
Not really a bother, but then, I mean, you kept mentioning how he shaved
his
something.
Mustache.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Because that was his gimmick.
Okay.
While he was with Damien Sandow. Now that he shaved it, guess what?
No.
I'm moving away from you now.
Oh, the friendship is over.
Yeah, pretty much. Symbolism. Yay.
Symbolism.
Alright, and then we had the World Heavyweight Championship match between Alberto Del Rio and Christian. Solid match. Disappointed that Christian didn't win, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. I kind of went into that match knowing, I don't know, right now, Del Rio has this thing with Ziggler. You saw what they were doing with Ziggler last month, right?
Yeah.
And you see how they was going back and forth. Mm-hmm. So, to me, they still have unfinished business. And Christian right now is just kind of the obstacle in the way for Del Rio while Ziggler goes up and do his thing with his girlfriend. And then he'll come back to fight Del Rio probably in Night of Champions. So I wasn't surprised with that mindset that Christian lost, but I was still disappointed because Christian is a great wrestler and he deserves a world championship run.
Hey, me, I'm like, well.
Oh well.
Del, it was like, it wasn't, I give it a 3 out of 5. It was a match.
Oh, so it was solid. You liked it.
It was a match. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. But it was done properly.
So, let me ask you this. Did you really care about the characters in this match?
I just find it funny since his whole thing is about being the
Mexican
representative or the Mexico representative, and how like he's to be looked up to for the Mexican people.
Yeah.
And I find that hilarious, but I guess that's just part of his thing.
He's trying different gimmicks now, because there was a wrestler by the name of Bret Hart that did that exact same thing, where he was the representative of Canada. Mm-hmm. When he went over to Canada, he was loved, but here in America, he was hated. So that's what they're doing with Del Rio. Here in America, he's hated, but in Mexico, he's loved and adored, and, well, I don't know if that's his gimmick, but hell, that's probably what they're going to go for now. So, I don't know. I'm not interested in it. What about Christian?
Honestly, I don't know much about that guy.
So to you as a casual viewer, it's just like, why should I care about this match? I don't know either of these characters. Yeah,
it's like I only know the Del Rio guy because I've seen him for the last, every month.
Right. So based off of consistency on TV, you know who he is.
Yeah, I just remember like when Christian came back.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, that's great. Who's he?
Oh, it's that guy. What's his name again?
Right. It's like he's important because.
Right. That's what he's done again. It's like, what? Oh yeah, 11-time tag team champion. That's right. Okay, we got it now. I'm just joking. But that was that match. Before we get to the Divas match, I have a pet peeve about this show: the backstage segments with the Miz as the freaking host.
There was really no reason for him to host,
yeah,
because he was just the comic relief portion in between the matches.
He wasn't even funny.
I didn't say it was funny. I just said that there was the comic relief with that other guy that dances.
Fandango.
Yeah, that guy.
Fandango. Those segments were terrible. It was no use. And then Ryback segments. The bullying segments is terrible.
Well, I didn't get that because I was like, wait, you lose to John Cena and now you're just a eighth grade bully now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Woo.
Mr. Dominating 3 people at the same time is now bullying small people backstage. That makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, apparently.
But those segments, I think, personally took away from the show. But other than that, the rest of the show was fine. Like this next match between the Divas, Brie Bella and Natalya. Now, based off of the rest of the matches, this was the worst match of the night, but it wasn't a terrible match. Mm-hmm. It was actually okay, actually. Natalya beats Brie Bella with the sharpshooter. You got anything you want to say about it? Because I don't.
It was generic.
Very generic.
I mean, I don't know, because maybe I got my hopes up high, but every time I see the female matches, I'm like, I'm expecting, like,
a match. A good match.
I was just expecting something on par, because it just disappoints me when I'm looking at the female match. I'm like,
I want to give you girls respect. I want to say females can wrestle just as good as men, but when you don't,
it's hard for me to wave that flag high.
So, okay, how about this? I want to ask you this then. There are some fans out there that think female wrestling overall is terrible. Do you think this helped their case?
No, it didn't. And then the reality show is not helping either, but I don't think it is.
So would you join the wrestling fans in thinking that the Divas are quote unquote a piss break?
I wouldn't say that they're a piss break.
Alright.
But, I do get what they mean by that. But
so you're not surprised at their reaction, pretty much?
I'm not surprised at their reaction, but I wouldn't go that far.
Alright, me either. Me either. I'm glad you see that at least. But we get to the last 3 matches, starting with this awesome match. Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk in a no disqualification as made by Paul Heyman's promo. This match was fantastic. It was just stiff action.
It was just a brawl.
It was a big ass brawl. Lots of crazy stuff. CM Punk was getting ragdolled all over the freaking building. He was getting tossed on announcer's table through the crowd, across the ring, across the outside. And then CM Punk came back, took a freaking stiff shot to the gut, was getting chair shots in the back. It was a fight. What was your favorite part of the match, if you have one?
When CM Punk decided to bite.
Pulled a Mike Tyson on him.
Pulled a Mike Tyson. Because, no, honestly, when I saw that part, I was like, wait a minute. Oh, no disqualification. And then we just kept on going. So
they made use of the stipulation. Yeah, he even low blowed Brock Lesnar somewhere in the match. I forgot where it was, though. And then a freaking elbow drop with the steel chair on his face. That was awesome. I also like the story they told between Paul Heyman and CM Punk. When CM Punk had Brock Lesnar beat, was going to hit him. Actually, he hit him with the GTS, had him pinned 1, 2, 3. Paul Heyman climbed inside the ring, broke up the pin, and CM Punk was like,
"Come here."
No, come here. Oh, you want to break up my pin? No, come on. That's right. Come on. Chase after him. Go ahead.
And then punched him in the face. Then put him in a submission hold, and that's where he made his mistake.
Yeah.
Because then Lesnar got up and then got him.
Hit him with the F5 and pinned him. F5 on the steel chair, by the way. Sick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was sick. Pinned him 1, 2, 3. Brock Lesnar walks out with the victory. The villains prevail over the good guy. But CM Punk stood up at the end of the match and got a standing ovation from the crowd.
Even though he lost.
That's how you know he's over.
Yeah.
That's how you know the fans respect him.
Well, I mean, that's how you know that. That's how you know you're a. What's the word?
A superstar?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how you know you're a good. I hate to use the term, but it's like that's how you know you're the people's champion.
Oh, the main attraction about that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Because it's like because I know that's saved for another guy.
Well, he's not here right now, so.
Well, I just know that it's like that's because even though he's not the actual champion, people still respect him regardless of win or lose. That's loyalty.
Alright. That's really good. Next match was the mixed tag match. Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn versus AJ Lee, Big E Langston.
I don't know what these guys were taking. But they just took their sugar today.
I know, they was all over the place. Ziggler was on it, man. He was fast as hell in this match. It was a really good match, though. I really enjoyed it.
I just love the 10 elbows in succession. Just 1, flip, 2, flip, 3, and then just
4,
kept
5,
on going.
6, 7, 8, 9, psych! 10! And then that was awesome. And then how the match ends is with AJ Lee trying to distract Ziggler, and then Caitlyn spears her on the outside, and then Ziggler hits Big E Langston with the zigzag. 1, 2, 3. The good guys win. Caitlyn and Dolph Ziggler prevail over AJ Lee, Dolph Ziggler's former girlfriend, and former bodyguard Big E Langston. And now he gets to move on to the World Championship, hopefully. But any thoughts on the match before we move on to the main event?
No.
You ready for the main event?
Yeah.
Alright, the main event, what you guys want us to talk about. Daniel Bryan versus John Cena for the WWE Championship with Triple H as the special guest referee. How did you feel about the match?
Well, like I said, going into it, I was like, okay, you're a 5 out of 5.
Based off of build-up alone.
Based on the build-up alone, don't screw it up. And then, of course, they didn't disappoint.
Right.
However...
Talk about the match first before we get to Triple H.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, there was a lot of moments where it's like, there's some moments where it dragged too long, but I do like how Cena encouraged the crowd.
Yeah.
Because even though the crowd was like, Cena still sucks, or he can't wrestle, he was like,
oh,
what? I can't?
He was playing along with it. He didn't try to shut them down or ignore them. He's like, oh, I can't?
Right.
Well, let me prove you wrong. He got even more boos and even more cheers. He kept the crowd into it. So I'll give John Cena that credit. How about that?
Right.
The finish with Daniel Bryan hitting him with his... I'm going to guess that's his new finisher. The running knee to his face.
Mm-hmm.
That was sick, by the way. I actually like that.
Uh-huh.
But with Daniel Bryan beating John Cena and becoming the WWE Champion, yes! 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 Only for Randy Orton to come out.
And take it from him with the money in the bank.
But,
with the help of Triple H.
Triple H turns on Daniel Bryan. First off, Randy Orton comes out, was teasing to cash it in, and then Daniel Bryan's like, oh, come on. After celebrating, after the fireworks, after the confetti, we're like, oh, he actually beat him. I'm hype. I'm up here. He won the championship. He comes out. I'm like, you know what? Come on. Challenge him. He'll beat you too. Triple H turns on him. Perry agrees on him. Orton gets in, pins on 1, 2, 3.
Now he's the new champion. So now instead of him being the 18-second guy, he's now the 5-minute champion. That's great.
That's wonderful. At least he's a Grand Slam champion. No, I'm joking. No, it's... You know, I should have seen it coming. Actually, I did see it coming. I just didn't want it to happen.
Well, like I said, when there was 10 minutes left, I was like,
Yeah, I mean, the match is over like 15 minutes before the show ended. So I'm thinking he's going to come in and cash in. But I thought with my optimistic mind and my Daniel
Optimistic.
Bryan loving self,
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna have another match. I didn't see Triple H turning heel. That I did not see coming because Triple H was kissing his ass up to this point. So now it's like, okay, Vince hates Daniel Bryan. Triple H hates Daniel Bryan. Stephanie doesn't care. Well, she probably does like him, but we don't know about that yet. Now Randy Orton is the champion. He's the new corporate champion. He's a bad guy now. Forget about it. He's no longer a good guy. By the way, Randy Orton's a heel. Finally. And this is a great way to turn him heel, by the way. So, but yeah, Daniel Bryan right now is going against some really big odds going forward.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good story because John Cena, I don't think he's going to be here for a while. I kind of think that after that recent elbow surgery, he's going to be taking a break.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows? But based off of what we saw and what we witnessed after the match, what would you give this match?
A 5.
You giving it 5 stars?
Well, because of that whole, like, you know, oh, he was a champion for how long? And then it's like, you know, that's honestly like, oh, he won. I went to the restroom, and then I come back. What happened?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Yeah.
A lot, apparently.
A lot.
See, this is one of those matches where I give it a 5 simply because you can't just casually watch it.
No.
You got to pay attention.
You have to pay attention. And you paid attention, and he beat John Cena clean. So you know what? Although I'm upset he didn't keep the championship, I will say that the fact that he beat the greatest WWE champion of all time, by the way, is a big accomplishment in itself. And he pinned him, no nonsense. 1, 2, 3 inside the ring.
For it to be taken away from him 5 minutes later.
However, he still beat the greatest champion of all time based off of what WWE is saying.
Oh, I'm not doubting that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the guy was gonna, ignore it. He was like, hey, I could challenge you. And then he's like, come on, challenge me. He changed his mind and was like, fine, whatever. But then, of course, he had to gloat. Yes! Triple H. Pedigree, and then the other guy comes in.
Man, they hating on the small guy, man.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't like the guy.
They hating on him.
I'm just saying that there's so many moments even in WWE where there's like, hey, you could have won if you would have kept your eye on the prize.
Even in a realistic situation, would you have seen that coming, though? I didn't see that coming.
I did just because they kept hinting at it.
I mean, they hinted at it, but what happened, I didn't see coming, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see Triple H betraying him, but I saw because when I was like, okay, there's 10 minutes left, so either we're going to get commentary, or, and then the music started, I was like, so who's this guy? And then here we go.
Alright, so with that was SummerSlam. Should this show, out of the star ranking we got here, 1 star being it should never existed, 2 stars being it exists. It's alright, it exists. 3 star being, if you watch it, you'll enjoy it, but it's nothing noteworthy. 4 star being, I recommend it. You have to watch it. It's a really good show. 5 star, one of the best shows of all time. What would you give this show?
Overall, a 4.
4 star?
Yeah.
I'll give it 4 stars too. It was a recommended show. I recommend this pay-per-view to all of you who have not watched it. If you did, please send me your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'll make a video response to what you do. What do you think about WWE going forward? Are you excited? Are you intrigued about where this is going to go tomorrow night?
Honestly, yes and no.
Why you say no?
Well, I just say no because it's like, well, they hyped this big thing up for these two to fight, and now that it's over, it's like, okay, well, where are they going to go now?
Yeah.
Because now the only other thing now is the revenge rematch, and then at best, the only thing that could happen is if John Cena is going to show up, is going to be a John Cena, and Daniel Bryan teaming up to get back at the other dude and Triple H.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a big thing. It's like, oh, I thought you were supposed to be an honorable referee, Triple H. What the hell is this about? And then
how are they going to cover this up?
yeah, I mean, how are they going to fix this where it's like, well, how are you any better than the other guy?
Yeah, Vince hates him, Triple H hates him, so it's like, who does he have supporting him now?
Right.
Jesus Christ. I don't know where this is going to go, but we'll have to see, right?
Right.
But that is our review on SummerSlam. Let's see how you guys felt about it down below. And with that said, we will see you next month for the next pay-per-view, perhaps?
Yes.
Alright then. We'll see you guys next month. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm signing off with the casual viewer. Peace out.